2 1 2 1 1 2 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 1 2 2 2 2 2 2. Come on in. Come on in. Pat in the building. Good morning, brother. How you feeling, man? That's what's up, man. How old is your baby boy, man? 3. I got 3. How many you got? Kids are a joy, bro. When they not crying. JD, what's good? I'm proud of you, dog. JD, I'm proud of you, man. Tank, what up, brother? Boys in here today. 3, Bella. 8. Wow, Bella. Bradley, PJ. Dope, that's dope, bro. Y'all, shout out Pat real quick. He is repping for the Tech gang. Hey, listen. Pat got Tech gang all over the world, boy. I said, what in the world? Cash in the building. The boys is here today. The boys is in the building. Oh, Cass, I'm finna make something, bro. Try to teach. I'm about to use this live to teach, bro. I might just be talking to y'all though, for real. Y'all, we need more parts and patterns in these quartet records and on stage. Musicians, we need more parts and patterns on these quartet records and on stage. Musicians, we need more parts and patterns on these quartet records and on stage. Because here's the thing. We're playing stuff that amazes people, but we're not playing stuff that the general public will remember for the rest of their life. We playing stuff that people will be amazed about in the moment, but we are not playing stuff that the general public will remember for the rest of their life. We're not producing records that will transcend generations, man, because we're not going on stage performing in ways that make people want to come back again. We not. The songs ain't good. The band busy. The records don't sound good. Everybody's shedding. Don't nobody chords match. Come on, man. I got the boys in here. They put a battery in my back. I was finna record, but I'm gonna just talk about it now. I'm gonna just talk about it. The boys in here, we're gonna talk about it. Listen, we know y'all killing. We killing, but bruh, if you look at a Paul Jackson Jr. on a Michael Jackson record, or if you look at a Greg Gaines, and I know some of these names we quartetters may not know. So when I say these names, if you don't know them, go look them up. Producers, go study Quincy Jones. Guitar players, listen to Paul Jackson Jr. Guitar players, listen to Steve Lukather. Guitar players, listen to Larry Carlton. Guitar players, listen to Jubu Smith on Tony records. They not shedding. Then we get to these quartet records and it's like, here's the problem. There's two problems happening at one time. The band is shedding while the singers are talking about dying. And when you put death and shedding together, you not finna reach the masses. We so ready to get to heaven and we gonna shed all the way to the pearly gates. We is shedding all the way to the pearly gates, y'all. Please share this live. Musicians, producers, songwriters in quartet, please share this live. JD share it, Tank share it, Cass share it, Pat share it. The can is open. I don't know what the boys done did, but they got me hyped. JD, and here's the thing, bro. Hey, Robert Glasper said that social media is Jamar's in the building. We need all the boys. Robert Glasper said the same thing. He said, I'm getting tired. He said, when I open my feed and I look on social media, it's too much. 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 And here's the thing. We not playing records. We playing our instrument. We not playing records. We playing our instrument. That's what's hurting us. That's what's hurting us. Okay. I think some of it is lack of rehearsal. Okay, let's see what Pat said. Pat said, I think some of it is lack of rehearsal though. And maybe there is no track that has been shared to everyone. So everybody winging it. And how often are we just filling in? Okay, let's talk about all of these things. I think some of it is lack of rehearsal though. Okay, Pat, it's definitely lack of rehearsal because most quartet groups don't make enough for their primary band to leave their hometown. So when they go into cities that are too far away from where they live, they have to get fill-ins. That's number one. Pat, you own the game. Now watch this. Follow me. Follow me. So, if rehearsals don't matter because you're not using your band, I understand even though it's tough, but here's where the problem comes in. JD, I'm finna break it down. The records should be produced in a way that all the fill-ins have to do is play the records. But guess what? Jokers is shedding on the record. Jokers is shedding on the record. So there are no parts to learn, Pat. So it's the producer and the arranger's responsibility to Pat's other point. Most people are recording from home and producers are just letting musicians do what they do. And you need to start having a conference call before you start triking. You need a conference call. You need references. You need demos. You don't just sit it and say, do your thing. And here's why you shouldn't do that. Because there are only a select few musicians that are experienced, have been trained. They are older than us. There are a couple of cats before me that I can think of right now that I can send them a track. And I don't have to tell them what to do or not to do. Rod, what up? I don't have to tell them. one person in mind. I'm not gonna say their name because I'm not gonna name drop because I don't want to seem like I'm name dropping. But there's one particular person that's very, very close to me. I'll say it like that. If I send him a track, he says, send me, listen, he's a guitar player. I'm about to put y'all on game. He's a guitar player. And when I send him a track, he always says, nephew, send me the main keys separate. Nephew, send me the main keys separate. Why is he asking for the main keys separate? Because he ain't finna make up his own chords. He gonna play the chords that's there. Devin, what's good? Candace, what's goody? Y'all, Candace been knowing me since I was a lad. Candace, I haven't seen you in a million years, and I hope you are doing good. I'll be seeing you online. What's goody? He always says, nephew, send me the track with the main keys as a separate stem. I'm finna say this, bruh. Guitar players, y'all ain't playing the right chords. Guitar players, y'all are killing and y'all are Spanky Alfreding and Alton Hollison the fool out of these records, but y'all are not playing the god-daggone chords at all. Auxiliary players, y'all are not playing the right melodies at all. At all. And it's like organ, main keys, aux keys, two guitars, one playing on the left, one playing on the right, bass, the loop is insane. The drum tones are sound like a closet. Sound like you're in a closet. I'm gonna just say it like Lisa Knowles said it. It sound like the drums in a closet cage. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So if you sent your song to a fill-in to learn, there is nothing to learn. If you send your fill-in the record, there ain't no parts to learn. Producers, it's your responsibility to get with the songwriter and artist and produce and arrange and place. If a guitar player sends you, first of all, the producer himself has to be ready to lead and not be impressed by the ability of the musicians he hiring. Again, the producer has to be able to lead and not be impressed by the musicians he hiring. As much as I love JD, as much as I think JD is one of the most incredible musicians in the world, if JD send me a track that don't match the main keys, I'm calling JD like, hey, can you give me another take, bro? Because like, you played an A flat in the middle of that chord and it was really supposed to be a G. So can you just go back and do that line again and like lift that note up? Okay. All right, JD. All right. You hear when the aux is playing that line? Go to overdrive and trace that line verbatim. Don't play something opposite of it because it'll clash. So catch that line. Make sure you play that G instead of that A flat. And then send me the track back. Let's make music. Let's stop playing and we're not crafting songs. We are importing a 2-track and we are gigging and sending them tracks back. Producers, it's your responsibility. Producers, study. Aaron Lindsay, Mano Haynes, Daniel Witherspoon, Justin Savage. Let me say them again. Mano Haynes, Aaron Lindsay, Justin Savage, Daniel Witherspoon. Boy, you ain't shedding on their records. I need every musician and producer. Listen, even here's the thing. When I say Aaron Lindsay, I'm talking about the Marvin Sapp records. Go listen to them. I need every musician in here. I need every producer in here to go on YouTube and type in Andre Crouch live in LA. They got Mano on keys, Dario Edgecombe on organ, Ernest on aux, Tyrone on guitar, Tyrone Jackson on guitar, Rick Wofford on guitar, Maurice Fitzgerald on bass, Liddell Abrams on drums, Javier Solis on percussion, and Mo horns. They got all that, and ain't nobody ever in nobody way. Guys, go study that. I'm talking about if Rick is playing rhythm, Tyrone is playing lead. If there's a line that need to be chased, Rick might play it low, Tyrone might play it high, or vice versa. If the aux is playing a line, if one person is tracing the bass, the other like, and that's it. That's all you play. That's all you play. You trace the bass, you play the Prince Chuck line, and you loop it. And you don't play nothing else. Why? Because the guy back there said, hey, man. Musicians have to think like producers, not musicians. Musicians, you got to think like producers, not musicians. Musicians, you got to think like producers, not musicians. You have to write and compose and arrange your parts. Don't just play your instrument. You have to write and arrange and compose your parts. Jeremiah, you cannot just play. Hey, Pat, hush. Pat, you hush. You hush. Oh, now let me go back to what Cass said. Candace said it be a lot going on, talking away from the whole point of what I said. Hey, listen. Hey, it do be a lot going on, what Cass say, but these folks be praising the busy records and I be crying because we got away from quartet. We getting away from quartet. Okay, now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it, and hold on, because this is going to be a controversial response. So, let me go back to Candace, because her and Kaz both said something very similar. Share this live with musicians. Where'd Candace comment go? Said it'd be a lot. She said it'd be a lot. Where'd it go, bro? Okay. She said it'd be a lot going on, which is true. Taken away from the whole point of what sets quartet aside from the rest. Okay. Boom. And then, but these folks be praising the busy records and I be crying because we getting away from quartet. Here's the thing. I am not so much concerned about getting away from what is quartet, because what is quartet in 2025 is not what quartet was in 1991, is not what quartet was in 1970. So even as musicians, because of the evolution of time and technology and synths and references of other records and sounds and textures and influences, there will be an evolution in the sound. So the sound of quartet is going to change forever and ever and ever. However, the approach to making good music should not change. You may be using a Mini Moog instead of a XP50, but you still need to play a part. Hey, Cass said the Flight of the Bumblebee. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. Cass, I'm a fan of Flight of the Bumblebee done the right way one time in the song. If you got one Flight of the Bumblebee part that is so melodic and it goes from one part to another and everybody playing their parts and the chords match and the guitar and the synth line is the same line and the chord progression matches the tritones of the bass and the drums is setting it up right, give me Flight of the Bumblebee. I just don't want Flight of the Bumblebee, Flight of the Birds, Flight of the Chickens, Flight of the Roosters all at one time. It's everybody flying. It's all the bugs flying at one time. That's the problem. Flight of the Bumblebee is fine. Flight of the Wasp, Flight of the Fly, all at one time. That's the problem. The problem is all the bugs flying. All the bugs flying is the problem. All the bugs. Having one special, because if you think about it, I'm gonna give you an example. Jesse said it's too much for the record. Do that live, leave it off the record. Okay, now there do be too much going on in the record, so he's right about that. It be too much going on in the record, but so now I got to play devil advocate. Chicken don't even fly, but it made it in the air somehow. That's what I'm saying. Chicken, what you doing up here? You belong on the ground. We have to do better. Now, here's the thing, y'all. Okay, so here is why I don't mind Flight of the Bumblebee done right. TJ, help me. There's an Earth, Wind, and Fire song that says got to get you into my. I wish I could play it without getting flagged. That intro is Flight of the Bumblebee, but it leads into a song. My problem is not lines. My problem is not intricacies. The problem is not that the problem is there's too much of it everywhere, and it's not intentional. 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 The guitar chords, it's better to play rhythm guitar than lead guitar if you got synthesizers. Pick a chord progression and pick a rhythm syncopation to play it in. Don't play lead guitar single note shedding and you have auxiliary keys on the track. Please share this live. Please share this live. If you got main keys, organ, and synthesizers, guitar players, you need to find a new space. Cass, it's the every 5 seconds that's insane. It's the every 5 seconds that's insane, bro. It's insane. And here's the thing. This is what I want us to do. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Ask yourself why you doing it. When you go to, if you are MD and you go to produce or arrange a song and you OD in every 5 seconds you can get, I want you to ask yourself why. Why? It's like, what am I doing this for? I promise you, if you watch my lives or if I make some more if I make a song today or another day, as I'm making songs, I am consciously paying attention to what's happening naturally in my creative process and deciding what's good and what's bad and what's not enough and what's too much. We not using our mind to make decisions. We're using our ability to play our instrument. Listen to me again. We're not using our mind to make decisions. We're using our ability to play our instrument. That's where we're losing, because we just playing our instrument. We are not making decisions to further the song, bruh. We're not making decisions. And it's like, could it be that it's a reflection of our lifestyle? Boy, you don't make good decisions at home. You definitely ain't gonna make good decisions on this song. Decisions? I do what I want. I come and I go as I please. I say what I want when I want. I do what I feel, and whoever don't like it, oh well. And that's exactly how you playing these songs. That's exactly how you playing these songs. You playing them songs with that same brain. You playing them songs with that same brain. Are you so insecure that everybody on the wall resharing your post is more important than you getting to another level? What is you doing? What is you doing? You shedding, stop shedding. We know you can play. You on stage. So you already, clearly you're qualified. If you on stage, you're qualified. This is not an audition. You already got the gig. Fill in or not. If you on stage, you are already qualified. You have nothing to prove. If I called you to do the record, you made the cut. You made the cut, man. I called you. Listen, we are playing our individual instruments to the detriment of the whole. The jokers on the wall gonna keep you broke. Yes, they ain't paid for not one ticket. They either playing for another group or snuck in the goddamn back door. Why is you playing for them? And then you like, God, I want more. I'm tired of quartet. Boy, you can't play a pattern to save your life. You can't play for Janet Jackson. If you listen to Control album, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis ain't nothing but parts and patterns. You think you gonna take Errol Cooney place? Is you out your mind? You think you finna take Errol Cooney space when you is Spanky Alfreding your life away when you should be playing one lick? Guys, we losing. I'm watching these videos like the auxiliary player just turned his horns on. They playing a 5 and he just went to a chord, and then the guitar player playing a different chord. And then I'll give y'all an example. If you like, I heard this online. I heard this. This is an example. I don't know what key it was in. It was like, I heard this. And they all did it at the same time. Piano, horns, guitar. I literally heard that. I heard it was the keyboard player said, the horn player said, the guitar player said, pick one. All y'all pick one. All y'all pick one. All y'all pick one. Everybody played it. And if you want to play it and you move up together, you swell it. See you think. If you say, or, and everybody swell into it and then wait, and then the song start, that's fine. But pick something. Somebody in the camp got to be a decision maker. Hey, if you the MD and you show up to all the gigs and you have fill-ins everywhere because your group can't afford to bring they band, but so far we got to go back to the records. The records should be produced in a way where they can be duplicated by fill-ins, and freestyling on records can't be reproduced by fill-ins because there ain't nothing to learn. There's nothing to hold on to. It's like, what's the part? Oh, the guitar player just played whatever. So I guess I'll do the same thing. No. The production of these quartet records need to start with a decision maker that has enough knowledge and references to put people in position to play parts and patterns. And when people send you busy tracks, you have to have the patience. There was a track one time that a guitar player played, and I was asked to play drums and keys on the song. And before I could play my part, there was no earthly way that I could do anything before I fixed them guitars. I had to turn the guitars. Okay, let me take this part. I took one thing the guitar player played in the vamp and copied and pasted it as a pattern. I took one lick that was played in the second verse and put it in the first verse and made that a line for the first verses. I did that because the guitar player just played the guitar. I had to have a composer's mind. You have to have a composer's mind as a producer, as an arranger. First of all musicians who want to do sessions and want to do high caliber gigs should think like arrangers and should think like producers and composers in the first place. All right, my guitar needs to tell a story. So I'm going to play over. Do you know the difference between overdrive and distortion? First of all lines shouldn't be played with fuzz boxes. Sometimes you just need a little dirt. Not a lot of dirt, just a little dirt. Aux players, you need to know the chords so that when you get ready to do a line or make up a line, you know the notes in the chord, man. And here's the thing. If this thought process was a part of the production phase, even when you have fill-ins, all you would have to tell them to do is learn the record. But if you tell people to learn the records we got right now, it's literally freestyling. So live is a reflection of the record. The record is freestyling. The gig is freestyling. The fill-ins are freestyling. Everything freestyling. While not talking about jack in the lyrics. I'm sorry. Rearranging a public domain song with Flight of the Bugs all over the place, that's not innovative. Let me repeat. Rearranging a public domain song with Flight of the Bugs all over the place is not innovative. That's not innovative. Yeah, we're going to kill them with this, boy. They already know this song. All we got to do is throw a bunch of breaks in there. Boy, there ain't nothing innovative about that. It may get you a good house busted, but it ain't finna. Radio, more money. Huh? 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 Mixing weather report with Jesus is on the main line is not innovative. Candace, it's a lot of people. TJ said no proper patches too. That's another thing. Auxiliary players, no patches, bruh. No moods, because here's the thing. Aux players can bring, bruh. And Sierra, what's good? I have to say, like, I ain't gonna lie. I may have, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong, because a lot of y'all are, some of y'all are older than me. Candace, you can tell me. I'm not saying this to toot a horn or to be arrogant or nothing. I gotta preface this because people be, you know. I'm gonna say it right. I think I'm gonna say it like that. I think I'm one of the first keyboard players to bring more than strings and horns to the stage other than like the people in Luther Barnes' camp. Because Derek Adams was a sequencer at the crib. So the synthesizers and the synth basses and the studying that they was, other than that, Lee was strings and horns. Cans was strings and horns. Who else? Everybody was strings and horns. So when I came with that Phantom X6, they was like, who is this kid? Dari, what's goody? Wow, Candace said you took that to another level. See, Candace, you were there. There's a lot of people that don't know, but Candace, you were there. But it's like now that we've started to hear, like, now that we started to hear records where, like, it's like, bro, I'll give you an example. Y'all tell me this because I forgot his name. What's the guy's name who passed away? Jarvis, what's good? Who used to do a lot of Kirk Franklin's record, and he like put Mini Moog on a lot of Kirk Franklin's record. Because I'm about to explain y'all where I got auxiliary from, so that y'all can understand. Like, don't just listen to me and then just go shed on top of that. Don't do that. So I got to tell y'all about Bobby Sparks. I got to tell y'all about Paris Bowens. I got to tell y'all about Sean freaking Martin. Yes. Vincent, what's goody? I got to text you back. I was sick when you wanted me to help you with the stuff, bro, and I ain't never hit you since then. Sean Martin, Paris Bowens. Please go look these people up, y'all. Bobby Sparks. Please go look these people up. Please, 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 please. Even when y'all look at Snarky Puppy records, even though they are instrumental band, them auxiliary players is playing parts until it's time to solo. It's parts until it's time to solo. Not soloing from intro to ending. So here's the thing. The shedding is so bad that the breaks and specials and outros are not significant anymore. Monte, Nooble. Justin Rufus, what's goody, bro? The shedding is so insane that the intros and breaks and outros are not significant. Yet, okay, Candace said like unison and harmony. That's another thing I want to say. I said it before, but I'm going to say it again because Candace brought it up. Sometimes guitar players, when you turn on your overdrive, you and the auxiliary player should be playing the same line. It may be octaves. It may be literally unison, but the same line. Sometimes y'all might want to be harmonizing, but playing two different things in two different directions at full velocity and full speed, opposite of each other, is insane. While the keyboard player is playing some kind of augmented raised 9, while the organ player is in his own world because he don't ever come to rehearsal, while the drummer is chopping his life away, hitting the snare like the devil is under it, while the singers are talking about G, 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 G. Man! It's all rogue. Bro. Ah! And then you like, bro, they won't pay us. For what? What are they paying you for? What are they paying you for? What are they paying you for? To G while your band shed? How valuable is that? If you saying G and your band is shedding, how much is that worth? If you G-ing while your band is shedding, how much is that worth? I'm asking a real question. How much is it worth? If you were a person in the audience who had unlimited amount of money and you had to watch your group do what they do, how much is it worth? How much is it worth? Candace, they gon' hold it. Yes. And you have to ask, but all right, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to take a deep breath because that's real. How much is it worth? Is it worth $200? Is it worth $500? Is it worth $1,000? Jeremiah said $5. hey, Court said $0. I was stubborn with my band when it came down to parts. I preach parts. Matter, you need to be able to tell the story. Listen, Trey, stay that way. Deidre, what's good, bro? Band parts and patterns matter. I'm going to say this out loud. I've never said it before, and I'm going to say it out loud. I said it a minute ago, and I'm going to say it again because there are more people in here. Guitar players, y'all are not playing the right chords. Keyboard players, if you are going, here's the thing. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to the main keyboard players and the guitar players. Keyboard players, if you are going to borrow from Jason White, you need to make sure your guitar player know the tritones. You need to make sure the guitar player know how you moving. You need to make sure the guitar player know that is a diminished chord and not a regular minor chord. Y'all playing two different chords, and it's them two different chords. Guitar players, just because you playing A6 don't mean it's the right six. Okay, again, if I say, if a keyboard player says that's, and guitar players be like, that's what the guitar player do. The keyboard player say, and the guitar player say, no, guitar player, if you gonna play some kind of arpeggiated from the top down, it need to be. It don't need to be. Now, keyboard player, if the guitar player say, and you like that, you need to change your chord to, and let him do. But one of you got to change it. One of y'all got to change it right now. One of y'all need to change it right now. The guitar player should be another piano player as well, technically. Yet, if your MDs, if you got a guitar player that only understands a certain amount of guitar playing, you either need to direct him to the sources and places where he can get the information and practice with him, or you need to change what you playing. Because at the end of the day, even if your guitar player is limited, you the one look like the fool because we don't know he limited. We just know y'all wrong. We don't know he limited. If you're responsible for this band and somebody is limited, you better arrange based on your weakest link so nobody will know there's a weak link. We have to understand that the band is only there to back up the vocalist. Yes, the band, we side men. When did we become feature artists? Haywood, hey, when did we not feature artists, bruh? You is not Larry Carlton. You is not George Benson. You not the front man. A band is only as strong as their weakest link. MD, if you have a weak link, you have to arrange with your weak link in mind so that the world doesn't know that nobody weak. I was playing with Doc one time, and for a season, listen, dynamics and volume is. So let me say this, and let me get back to dynamics and volume. One time, I was playing with Doc, and for a season, we had a certain person playing with us. And that person was not sweet. But after we got through rehearsing and making the accommodations for their weakness, you would have thought they were the best thing since sliced bread, because we brought the arrangement to their strengths and then rehearsed the dog devil out of it. Because at the end of the day, if he ain't sweet and we leave him hanging, we all wrong. Do you understand? You're not loking out the weak person. You making all y'all look stupid because somebody wrong and somebody need to change something. Red nah. Y'all need to get in rehearsal and you need to play a different chord, because if the guitar player, first of all, guitar players learn the chords. Keyboard players, stop for a minute and say, hey, let me hear your chord. Organ, let me hear your chord. Guitar, let me hear your chord. One of y'all wrong. Plate. Let me see. Take that out. That's wrong. If we saying your guitar player can't say, cause you ain't playing that. You playing this. Now, if you like that and you say, okay, now let's flip it. So we're going to say, fine. If it was this and you like what your guitar playing, then you say, okay. No. What you playing? No, start there. The melody is da da da. Guitar player, catch this. Da da da. Don't even play a chord. Da da da. That's all you play. Bell, auxiliary, you play that on the goddamn bell. You got me? Organ, let me hear you. Organ. If the chord is if it ain't that, it ain't that. If it ain't that, it ain't that. If it ain't that, it ain't that. If everybody transposing, you can't call the daggone name of the chord. You just got to be like, okay. If it's the bass note is 5, the chord is like a major flat 7. So no matter what key you playing in, no matter who transposing, I need to hear a 5 bass note and a flat 7 major chord. Everybody got that? All right, now let's play it. I need to hear that flat 7 and that 4, then I need to hear the line. You got me? Okay, now let's play it. Now everybody, 1, 2. If you strings and you saying, I'm finna one man rehearse, cause this is out of hand. I'm finna one man rehearse because it's out of hand. I need everybody to share this live because it's getting out of hand. I'm finna one band rehearse. Boy, I need to start band edition back up. TJ, we got to start band edition back up. We got to start band edition back up, TJ. Band edition was a series that I did at my church where I had musicians come in to go through the process of playing songs and parts, and it was insane. Then I had people that came in that now play for Doc which is insane that they came. They literally spent their money to come, and now they play with Doc. So if the string is, so y'all heard the piano line I played. So if the string should be. On top of this, keyboard player, if you gonna flex, I need you to flex the goddamn chord. I don't need you nowhere but there. Cause here's the thing. I'm playing it. Listen, that flat 7 chord on with that 1. That's different. If you gonna play, okay, if you gonna pass. Okay, guitar player. Let me stop you, guitar player. So I'm going to use numbers. If 1, guitar player, the tritone is a flat 7 note. The chord is a 3, a 6, and a 2. Go down a half step to make that pass. Guitar player, let me hear you. It's not no guitar. It's not. No, it's. Let me hear it. You got that note? You got the 3, you got the 6, you got the 2. Go down half, come up 1. Tritone is a 6 to a flat 7. It's not. No, it's. Let me hear it. Play it again. All right, we got it. All right, now let's play the progression with the pass. The pass don't go the first time. It's the second time. Line. Pass. Flat 7 to 4 again, don't forget. Line. That's how you rehearse. And you put that on the record. And you call the guitar player and say, hey man, play that pass. String, play that line. And then when you seeing that, when you got fill-ins and you email them the song or tell them to listen to the Apple Music link, they got something to play. They got something to play. And play it consistently, yes. Pass. Now, I'm gonna give y'all another thing. I'm gonna show y'all. If you say if the MD was like, okay, you got melody, you say, you can pass, you can play another pass, but everybody need to know. Okay, so the first time is flat 7 to 4. The second time, same melody, 6 to 2. Same melody, but it's not flat 7 to 4. It's 6 to 2. This is flat 7 to 4. This is 6 to 2. Same melody. Flat 7 to 4, 6 to 2. All right, now play the whole phrase. Flat 7 to 4. Line. Pass. 6 to 2. That's the vamp. Woo. Now everybody see I played the wrong chord. I played the wrong melody. Get back, Satan. It's always. It's not when I feel like it. It's so if we run in the vamp, 1, 2, vamp. And drummer, if it's ding, ding, rim. If you on a ride, don't play the goddamn bell. Just play. Don't play the line. Play through it. Play a straight beat. Stop hitting everything, drummer. Everything ain't for you, drummer. Set up. Boom. 6-2. Boom. Breathe. Boom. Back. Ride. Don't play this. Don't play this either. Crash softly. Now set up the 6-2. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Back. Now add the snare. And don't wail on it. No, teacher said no random cymbal swells. Exactly. Keep the kick in until I tell you to take it out. And don't randomly swell where no swell supposed to be. That is not cute. It is breaking up the rhythm. It is breaking up. When you hit it, when you do a random cymbal swell in places that it don't belong, it breaks the forward momentum, because you have to stop to swell. And if you are swelling in a place that is not a transition, it's like slamming on brakes. It's like being on cruise control and then randomly slamming on brakes. If there's a train, if you on the highway and you need to exit, you gotta turn the cruise control off. You gotta hit the signal light. You gotta change lanes. Then you gotta gently go over to your exit. Music is the same way, man. Don't break the momentum, man. We on cruise control, man. Bang. Bang. Oh, no. Oh. Ba-dum. Bang. Oh, bang. Yo, and then all of a sudden, with everybody, if the I don't went to the wrong key. Now, if the guitar player saying, so the guitar player's part should be, with the vintage Motown reverb on it, man. The kind of reverb that sound like if you knock into your amp, you're going to make it sound like a thunderstorm. I need that type of reverb. And I need you to play. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now turn on your overdrive. I don't know. Turn it off. Back. Oh, no. Remember? Line. Now play that over and over and watch the lady on the front row, man. Watch what happens with the lady on the front row if you just play your line, bruh. If you play your part and play your pattern, oh my God, the effect of your plan will be so much more respected. You would be revered for how professional you are if you are playing lines and pattern with good tone and matching chords. You would be so much more pro than you think. You think you pro because you killing. No, you good. You're a good instrumentalist, but you are far from pro if you are not disciplined enough to play a pattern. If you don't know the difference between overdrive and distortion, if you don't know the difference between rhythm guitar and lead guitar, if you don't naturally know to match chords, I don't care how many times you done been viral. If you don't know, hold on, is that or you playing? Oh, I'm used to playing the 6 like that. You playing it with that 3 in it instead of that 2? Yeah. Oh, you playing a sus? You're not playing a regular major, you playing a sus? Oh. So you're not saying, oh, that's what my brain, my quartet brain is used to. But you playing. Then you going back traditional. Then you playing the diminished. Playing the sus. Yeah. The flat 7. Then the pass. 6-2. Now we playing the 6 you're used to. 2. Okay. So you're not playing. No, man. You ain't heard me play that not one time. What is you doing? Get your hand off that flat 5. Bop, bop, bop. You ain't heard me play that. I don't care how good you feel. You ain't heard it. So don't play that. Now, if we all decide, okay, pass on the flat 5, let that be. MD, you in the talk back? Okay, y'all. The second time, instead of that 1, we're going to play the flat 5. Okay. Okay. It'll be this time. Play it right here. Play the flat 5 right here. Flat 5 right here. I played the wrong chord. See, I would stop rehearsal for that. Play the flat 5 here. Everybody know the flat 5 coming? Yes. You know the flat 5 coming? Yes. We switching chords. All right. Instead of the 1, play the flat 5. Play the flat 5 here. Or if the chord is, I might say, play that 6 major with that flat 5. Because this is a 6. If you turn that 6 into major and you play that flat 5, so guitar player, I need you to not play this. I need you to play that major. It's the major. So see, y'all got to be talking that way, man. Y'all need to be breaking. Producers, arrangers, guitar players, aux players, you need to know. So aux, soon as you hear that, oh, they playing the flat 5 with the major 6. Oh, I can flex on the major chord. Playing the arpeggio. Yes, man, yes. That's the goddamn chord. All of a sudden, boy, them boys tight. You ain't doing nothing special. You just all playing the same song. It's actually easier to be professional. It's actually easier to be professional. It's just about communication and parts and patterns. Play them. discuss parts. And when y'all are producing these records, producers, when you are producing these records, the chords need to matter. If it's an 8-bar loop or 16-bar loop and you want to substitute a chord to make the loop not so monotonous, that means that the guitar player and the organ need to substitute the chord that you changed to not make it so monotonous. And then when you send the record off to a fill-in, they got something to play. Why? Because the record was orchestrated in a way where there are parts to learn and play. Your ability to shred through a song is not what makes you professional. Restraint, discipline and restraint is way more professional than showing how good you can play. Discipline and restraint is way more professional than showing how good you can play. Is it realistic for the producer to direct, or is it expected for the musicians to know? Good job. It is realistic for the producer to direct, Pat. It is the producer's job to direct. It is the producer's job to communicate with the session musicians any specific details, any references that they need to listen to, any tones that he's already heard that's in the vein, any specials that need to be caught, any lines that need to be traced, any approaches that need to be taken. The producer should be communicating that. And if the musicians don't know, they're going to learn from that process. And it is the musician's responsibility to be well studied and well versed in so many genres that they have a reference for an approach to take when they hear a certain style song. You should be able to hear a song and say, okay, I'm gonna get in that Steve Lukather bag here. Okay, I'm gonna get in my Prince bag here. Okay, I'm gonna get in my Paul Jackson Jr. bag here. Okay, I hear that. I'm gonna get in my Tyrone Jackson bag here. Okay, this a quartet song, but it got like a contemporary choir feel from like the early 2000s, late 90s. I'm gonna bring a Jonathan Dubose approach here. I'm gonna make sure I know these. I'm gonna ask the MD to send me the daggone main keyboard separate so that I can hear the proper voicings, so that if I'm tracing a line or playing a chord, I'm playing the right thing. Pat, and that's perfectly fine. Pat, needing direction is perfectly fine, bro. And I think guitar players, here's the thing. No matter what level you're on, I think as the musician, it's important to communicate where you are and don't just play what you think it is. Tim says, should it also be about feel as well as simply knowing the structure of the song? Should it also be about feel? Feel is the most important, Tim. And the thing is, playing something simple with great feel is way more pro than shedding. You can play 3 notes with the right touch and the right vibrato, or the right finesse, or the right touch, or the right use of the pitch bend, or the right use of the mod wheel, and it's like, whoo. Or you could be playing the rim and hit the floor tom flam in just the perfect space, and it's like, whoo. And it'll beat the chop every time if the floor tom tuned right. Your setup can be just one hit of the splash on the cymbal. And because your band left you that space, that splash hit becomes special because the rest of the band knew to not be in the way. So it's everybody has to be students at the same time. And everybody has to think like arrangers and producers, no matter the level of their skill. Because what I'm talking about is the more skilled you are, the more versatile you can be. But even when you are not, even if you're not a virtuoso, you can create arrangements and parts that are everlasting impactful, even if you're dealing with somebody in your band that ain't necessarily elitely skilled. Bruh, like it's a MD's job to know where the musicians are. And it's like, bruh, how important is tone when trying to create a certain level of feel? Tone is everything, Tim. Tim already know the answer to these questions. Tone is everything. How your drums sound, how your snare sound, the keyboard sounds you use, the EQ in the house, the auxiliary sounds you use, the stages of distortion. Guitar players, if you know this, I don't know nothing about guitars, but it's like, should I be playing okay, let me think about this group. Should I be playing a PRS? Should I be playing a Fender Strat? Should I be playing a semi-hollow body? You got to, like, not, man, I'm going to just play whatever, bro. It'll be all right. I think music theory is a challenge as well. Some guys can play but can't name it. I admire guys that can just play, but knowing theory goes a long way for everyone. I'm going to be honest, Pat. People who know theory and know how to name it, I admire so much because I don't know theory and I don't know how to name it. So I respect people who like my bro Steve Pender. Him like, and other people like Demetrius McCrae, they know what they playing. Like Reverend Daltrich bought Demetrius McCrae a chord encyclopedia, so he know the name of every chord he playing. I just know if it sound right or don't. It don't fit. It don't fit. Now, D, tell me the name. Tell me what I'm playing, D. I know how it sound because I study records. And then my homies like TJ, they know what I'm playing. TJ said, learn how to tone to the room. Getting around the musicians and people to help you develop your ear will help, bro. Just keep working on it. Exactly, Pat. Like, Pat, it's just about studying. And it's about, first of all, how bad do you want it and what level are you trying to get to? Number one. And number two, what are you studying? You can't study records that perpetuate the problem. You can't study records that are going to reinforce the issues. You have to study records that are going to get you out of the problem. Like if you listen to Memphis 1, Dwayne Watkins' guitar playing is parts. When you listen to Mississippi Po' Boy, and I ain't gonna lie, I've watched guitar players play for the Cans and not play Mississippi Po' Boy guitar parts. And I'd be like, you're lame. Oh, what key is it in? Y'all, what key is Po' Boy in? DJ, what up? That, I don't know what key it's in, but Bruh, that's the goddamn song. The guitar is the song. You can take all of the rest of the music away and just play what Dwayne played on the guitar on Po' Boy, and you know that's Mississippi Po' Boy. Bang. Right. That's the song. And then just play that. So that means if a guitar player plays for the Cantons right now and Harvey does Mississippi Po' Boy, all they got to do is learn Dwayne parts and play that, and they in there. That's all you need. That's the song. Tyrone Jackson, Angels by Keith Wonderboy Johnson. The intro of the song is the guitar. When the song comes in, the intro of the song is the guitar part. I wish I could play it, but I ain't trying to get banned. I don't know what key it's in. Bing, bing, down, down. Boom, doom, 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 bang, doom, down, doom, 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 down, doom, doom, down. And listen, he been playing guitar parts. If you listen to Center Revival album, all of his guitar lines are parts. And now look at his career. Look at his career. Look at where he started. Look at his career. It has a lot to do with what I'm telling y'all, man. Where y'all think I get this stuff from? Where y'all think I get it from? Yeah, I think you're right. It's saying, yeah. See, boy, you know your stuff too. So it's like people who understand parts, patterns, tone, voicing, discipline, placement, structure, composition, arranging, writing, producing. Musicians that think like that end up going very far in music. Unless they don't want to. But what you can't do is go to God about where you are not while not studying. Okay, to everybody that's watching this, to everybody that's watching this. So to everybody that's watching this who wants better and don't know better, start studying. Paul Jackson Jr., Steve Lukather. I'm talking to guitar players now. Uncle Kevin, he's another person. He's a parts guy. Follow Uncle Kevin. I'm sure Uncle Kevin be seeing y'all shedding. Right now, if Uncle Kevin went and played for the Cantons, he gonna play Dwayne parts. And he gonna let everybody else shed. He just gonna play the parts. Even those solos are parts. Exactly. Uncle Kevin gonna be like, well, my job is easy. Ain't nobody playing the record. Oh, this is cake. All I gotta do is play the record. Ain't nobody else playing it. That's all I gotta do. It's crazy how I'm up here playing for the group and the group guitar players ain't playing the guitar parts. My job is easy. I just play the record. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. It's like we want to be known for what we're capable of and not, I play for the artists, not the musicians. Uncle Kevin is in the building. We have a habit of playing for the musicians, and then we go to God disappointed that we're not on another level. Could it be that your stewardship on the level you're on is what's hindering you from another level? Parts, patterns, tone, placement, intentionality. We quartet musicians, we shedding too much. Producers, when we get ready to make these records, parts, patterns, tone. Study outside of the genre. That's the word. Play for the artists, not the musicians. Right. Guitar players, aux players, organ players. Organ players, go listen to anything Ralph Lofton touched. Go listen to anything Ralph Lofton touched. It's like, golly, he's so good. I'm gonna tell you somebody who I love. I'm gonna tell you another main keyboard player who I love that changed my. I seen him do a session one time and it changed my life. Derek Lee. Antonio, what's good? Derek Lee, bro. I watched Derek Lee do a session for Dorothy Norwood. Let me explain something to y'all. Have I told the Dorothy Norwood Derek Lee story before? Y'all let me know. Have I ever told that story? Chandler said Kevin Wilson on the Country Boy Goes Home 2 Willie Neal Johnson album was playing cold licks back. Listen. And he playing part. Uncle Kevin gonna give you tone and parts, buddy. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Uncle Kevin know them keyboard chords, man. He know them augmenteds and them tritones and them diminished. He know them keyboard chords, boy. He know them. Because a lot of guitar players, they be playing in a box, and I don't know how to explain it. Unc, you can help me because you're a guitar player. But there's a certain box that guitar players play in. And the keyboard players, when they go outside of that box, I don't think the guitar players know the language to go outside with them. So that's why y'all got to sit in rehearsal and like keyboard players, if you gonna go out like that, you got to show the guitar player how to get out the box as well. You got to show them. The old heads will say, play the record and all will be good. I study. Uncle Kevin is a guitar player. He said, I study keyboard players. See what I'm saying, bro? Study. Study is a cuss word to the study. Uncle Kevin, what you mean study? Uncle Kevin said, I stuck. It's right here. Guitar players. There's a guitar player in the building. Go study guitar players. Study keyboard players. Study keyboard so you can know the moves. Because keyboard players, what's happening is you can always tell a guitar player that study keyboard players and a guitar player that don't study keyboard players. Because when keyboard players get to moving, guitar players still be in the same box. You guys to know, like somebody like Dario Edgecombe, you got to study. You got to know, like, oh, he moving. Or like playing with somebody like Jason White, oh, he moving. Or Mike Burrell, they moving. And let me tell you, like, when Johnny was playing on them Judith McAllister records, Johnny Dubose know them keyboard chords. Learn basic theory. That's what me and Pat was just talking about. It's important because it's like you got to know this language. It's like there's a language. Here's the thing. Okay, let me break it down. There's a language barrier when it comes to different band members. There's a musical language barrier. And instead of getting to a place where we meet, where everybody can comprehend, everybody just play what they know on whatever level it's on at whatever frequency or speed or pace that they feel like playing, and we put that all together and call it a song. That's not a song. That's not no song, man. That's just you playing and you playing and you playing at the same time. That ain't no song, man. That's just a bunch of musicians playing at the same time. It's music, but it ain't good music. You got to understand, it's like, when should I play lead guitar? When should I play rhythm guitar? When should I play rock guitar? When should I pick? When should I chord? When should I use distortion? When should I use delay? When should I trace the bass? When should I trace the aux? When should I just stop playing the guitar altogether? Aux players, when should I trace the main keyboard player? When should I play a part? When should it be synth? When should it be brass? When should it be an atmosphere sound? When should it be bells? Should I trace that line with bells and then play this chord with a pad? Should I put some kind of swell on my keyboard to set the break up? Should I play 2 keyboards instead of 1? Should I play 3 instead of 2? Should I have an SPDS pad over here? Shoot, I don't know. Should I be playing chimes as the aux keyboard? Should I have an SPDS pad as the aux keys player? You might should. Should I actually play nothing on this song except orchestra hits? You might should. Main keyboard player. Should I play piano? Should I play EP? Should I play Rhodes? Should I play Whirly? Should I add a pad? Should I just play my keyboard as one sound since I got organ, aux, and 2 guitar players? You got to decide. You got to decide. It's decision making. Professionalism is decision making. Not skill is important to get into the room. Decision making is what make you a pro. Good decision making is what makes you an elite pro. You need skill to be considered. You need David Jackson. Woo! Is David Jackson a piano player, Unc? Oh, I'm going to tell y'all what to study. I need all musicians to go study. I'm giving all the Jews. Go study quiet time players. It's the Baker Boys. I think it's Derek Jackson. It's the Baker Boys, Derek Jackson, Ralph Lofton, and Johnny Dubose. Go study the quiet time players. Derek Jackson, Ralph Lofton, Terry and Simeon, Johnny Dubose. Oh my God. The quiet time players. I need all musicians to go on Apple Music. The quiet time players. Derek Jackson, Ralph Lofton, Terry and Simeon, Jonathan Dubose. I'm right about that, ain't I? And Jennifer Huston's MD and West A. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yo, it's decision. It's like, you want to know what make a joker dope? Deciding what not to play, regardless of how much he know how to play. When you say, I'm going to sit out right here, that's cold. When you say, I'm going to wait and I'm going to catch that line, that's cold, bro. When you a guitar player and you say, thank you, Unc. When you a guitar player and you say, okay, we got aux here. So when we get ready to play this bridge, I'm going to just trace the bass, which means bass player, you got to play the line. You can't share it either. Because if the guitar player going to trace you, you got to play the same thing every time, man. He can't trace you if he don't know where you're going. You got to be going. All right. when we do this build and it's time to play this line, I'm a trace the bass. Bass. You can't be playing them little 2-finger chords, man. Walk the line so the guitar player can trace it. If you need to listen to rock music to understand, go listen to some. If you need to go listen to some country records, if you need to get the getting. Studying musicians on social media that's doing 60-second, 90-second clips of shedding and doing that on the quartet stage is not it. You may go viral, but you won't be able to make no living, man. If you just want musicians on the wall to give you a pat on the back and you want to go viral and you make your money on social media, share it away. But if you want to be on records and you want to play things that people will remember forever and you want to be on stages that can change your life and you want to be in the conversation with musicians that have contributed to music on a high level, parts and patterns and decision making and tone and placement and knowing when to play and not to play and discipline and choices, that's all important. Gigging and shedding and gigging. I be watching these quartet videos and all I see is gigging and shedding and gigging and shedding and shedding and gigging and gigging and shedding. He playing that, he playing that, he playing that, he playing that. Eric Bryce is definitely another example. Jesus. Eric Bryce is definitely another example. Hey, Michael George is over here on IG. What's goody? Gigging and shedding and shedding and gigging and gigging and shedding and shedding and gigging and gigging and shedding. And I'm like, you think because people telling you killing, that is dope. To a musician who loves to witness the ability of other musicians, you're going to always be killing to them. But when it's time to make songs, you are actually killing. You killing the song. You killing. You definitely killing. You killing the song dead. You beating it down. My father sings Southern gospel. All his records are simple but powerful. Southern gospel, that's another genre to study. Like, the Gaither family and daggone the Crab family. Boy, them records is good, boy. I got to get the podcast back going. I do. The biggest records are simple. Uncle Kevin is in the building. Uncle Kevin, number one, is a very well-known guitar player. Done played for all of your favorite quartet artists. He's done more than quartet. And the crazy thing, and he started the International Musician Summit, which is insane. I was at the very first one. Uncle Kevin is making follow Uncle Kevin because he just did. I seen when Uncle Kevin did this video playing to Doc McKenzie's Other Shore, and he was playing the guitar lick, and I'm like, bro, that's good, bro. He was playing a pattern. Patterns pay. Shed and don't. This the musician's pod. We'll talk about the singing later, and we'll talk about the hollering and the GGG. I mentioned it, but patterns pay. Patterns pay, bro. We have to get to a level of maturity in quartet, and the way to do that is to study. We need to study records, not social media clips. Go listen to Toto, bro. Toto, for the people who don't know. Because I didn't know till somebody told me. Toto, Toto. Pocket, put money in your pockets. Hey, Uncle Kevin is on it. He got all the riddles. Go listen to Toto. Go listen to Steely Dan. Steely Dan is the most intricate, well-placed music I've ever heard in my life. It is very intricate, but it is very well-placed. Of course, I think they were reading. That's another thing, bro, that I want to say because I've thought about this before. I think they were reading and then just kind of put their thing on the reading. But even for musicians that don't read, the approach needs to be the same. It needs to be part driven. Sometimes you're going to have to write, like ask Uncle Kevin, 9 times out of 10, when people get ready to produce a record, there's a reference for everybody, but because most of the time the producers of gospel records are keyboard players. And you can fake everything in a reference but guitar. So guitar players have to come up with their own parts. Here's the problem. When you don't have enough information, you play what you know in any order that you randomly think of. You got to get in your bag. Hoppers, Gaithers, yeah, Teddy, Hoffman, Charles Johnson, of course, great stuff. Yes, Antonio. So it's like, the more you know, the more you grow. You need information. At this point, we need to know how to use what we have. He said, Chandler said, how long does a keyboard player get a pass for always needing a transpose pedal, especially if you call yourself a pro or a MD at a church? I've been wanting to know this for years. Or is it something that you have to have a to perfect your talent? Okay, so let's talk about the transpose thing. There's 2 different ways to look at it. If you transpose, first of all, I transpose. I've been transposing all my life. So I'm gonna deal with it from all sides. I'm at the place now where I be trying not to hit the button as much as possible. TJ is in here to witness. So TJ is a witness. I transpose. Most quartet keyboard players transpose. Some of your favorite records were made by people that transpose. So let me break it down. Whether you are a pro or not is about your ability to execute, because there are some people who don't transpose that I would not hire to save my life. And at a church, here's the thing. You could have a person at a church who don't transpose and should not be the minister of music or MD because they don't got good leadership skills. There are people with terrible leadership skills who don't transpose. Now, if you want to play the organ, you want to play the piano, if you want to broaden your horizon and make sure that you are playing the keys at the highest level possible in any situation without any limitations, study your craft and learn how to play in every key because it is highly beneficial. However, that is not the only metric for being pro. Because 90% of in quartet, 90% of the keyboard players that are professional hit that button. I'm trying to tell you. Then there's some who don't, like Fred Perry. I'll be like, God, you killing. So, if I was to any keyboard player at this point in my life, I'm like, bruh, start shedding, start grinding, start shedding, start grinding. Get to the place where you don't have to hit the button. But I'm going to call the person that hit the button that is going to execute every time before. It's like the button itself is not problematic. The context in which the button is needed or not needed is one thing. Who you are and how you are as a musician, whether you transpose or not, that's all. It's all relative. It's all relative. It's all relative. Like, for instance, I sit here and do these like, y'all. Now imagine this. If somebody had an opportunity and they were like, man, we got this, I need a producer. And somebody said, we got this guy over here, he playing all his keys. Or we got Rajay over here that write, produce, arrange, but he only playing 2 keys. This other guy don't do nothing but playing all his keys. Which one you picking? To everybody in here, which one you picking? Which one would you pick? Which one is more valuable? I'm going to tell you another thing. You have people like Jason White. Oh my God. You have people like Daniel Witherspoon. Oh my goodness. You have people like Jason White. Oh my goodness. Then you have people like Pharrell, E flat. You have people like Brian Michael Cox, C major. You got people like Zaytoven, C. Oh, that's a whole different conversation. What are you trying to accomplish? Number one. And then if you are under to the person who made this statement, Chandler, if you are under somebody who's a horrible leader and they only play in 1 key, ain't nothing about them pro. So when should you declare that they ain't cutting the mustard? Now. Because at the end of the day, a person who transpose can call theyself pro if they pro. And there's some people who transpose that's pro. There's some people who transpose that ain't pro. There's some people who play in all their keys that's pro. And there's some people that don't play in all their keys. There's some people who play in all their keys that ain't pro. On both sides, there are people you should call and people you shouldn't. On both sides. That's why I say in those situations, especially in quartet, when keyboard players do transpose and guitar players not transposing and people don't know theory, none of that is an excuse to not deliver at a high level. It's not. Because I've been in situations where I'm playing in 1 key. Literally, I'm transposing playing in 1 key. The aux player transposing playing in another key. The organ player, he playing in the regular right keys. You got 2 guitar players, drummer and bass and tracks. And it's smacking. Rocky is one of the most incredible board players on God's green earth. Shout out to Rocky and his son. Hey, yo, I love Upper Room Band anyway, because y'all just like so seasoned, and I've always like looked up to them. But it's like, so to answer your question, bro, yeah. Chandler, I don't even look, and I guess that's because of my experience. If I didn't transpose, if I didn't grow up transposing, I would probably have a different opinion. Jonas was good. Because here's the thing. There are some board players who feel like anybody who's any keyboard player who transposes is the scum of the earth. And here's the thing. Here's their perspective. They spend all their life learning their keys. They can get on a B3 and play from C to C. And they've spent so much time learning their craft to make sure that they don't transpose. So their perspective is, I don't respect you if you didn't do that too. When I played for the Clouds, they tuned in E flat, but I didn't tune down. So I just played in. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Hey, Jonas said, I'm still playing and I'm still transposing. Who cares? Follow me up to the box office. And Jonas, I think that's the thing. Like, If you desire to be in situations at a church or on a tour where they like, hey man, we don't transpose over here. Or if you want to be in situations where you shouldn't transpose, don't transpose. Now, if my son decides he wants to be a keyboard player, I'm training him from day one not transposing. He not gonna know what that is. I'm training him from day one not transposing. I am. I'm like, hey son, your daddy transposed. I've done all right, but you just starting out, so you don't even have to get conditioned to being aware that button exists. Get right. Everybody ain't have a chance to develop before being thrown into the fire. As soon as you show a glimpse of talent, you're immediately, yep, playing services possible. Yep. So yeah, Chandler, that's the vibe. Oh, I will. So the thing is, y'all, we just have to be careful how we communicate with people. Just like I said. So let's go off transposing for a second. Let's go back to the guitar players. There are some guitar players that are extremely pro with very little guitar IQ. Uncle Kevin, what's the guitar player name from Chic? I'm finna show y'all something. What's the guitar player name from Chic, Uncle Kevin? Wow, I'm finna show y'all something. Once Uncle Kevin tell me his name, I'm finna explain it to y'all. Or if somebody else know his name, let me know. Now Rogers. I know Uncle Kevin can play circles around Nile Rodgers. Is Nile Rodgers a pro or nah? Nile Rodgers is one of the most prolific songwriters and producers who play the same type of licks in every songs and have had multiple successful songs on Billboard and is a millionaire and don't know too much about that guitar. He don't got jazz language. Now don't got that much jazz language. But he took that lick to the bank because it's in the universe of the wheelhouse of the projects that he controlled. So, and a jazz head do y'all know? I watched a documentary where jazz heads disrespected the Motown machine because they was playing pop music until they got so broke that the only gig in town was Motown. Did y'all hear what I just said? There were jazz heads in Detroit that did not respect the Motown machine because the music was dumbed down until they was so broke that the Motown was the only thing paying. So what am I saying? No matter what level you own, bruh, it's about executing well and meeting the standard of the situation. That's what's important. If you an MD and your guitar player don't know but so much, you either got to teach them or rearrange around them and send them home and make them learn. If you a keyboard player who playing in all your keys and you got a young aux player and you put the demand on him to learn his keys, and oversee and mentor and get him right so that when he your age, he's fluent in all 12. But don't belittle if you ain't teaching. Don't bash if you're not contributing. So just like me doing this live is an act of service because some people were not put in positions that I was put in, so they weren't privy to hearing the things that I'm saying. I'm only able to say the things that I'm saying because I heard these things said to me. Be integral, play parts, all of these things. There are some keyboard players that are qualified to do great things that only play in 3 keys. There are some guitar players who are qualified to do great things because they don't know a lot, but they know how to adapt in situations. They don't have the information of a jazz virtuoso, but they do know how to trace bass lines, and they do know how to pick out a keyboard chord. They may can't George Benson you, they may can't Spanky Alfred you, but they can play the right licks at the right time in the right place with the right sounding guitar, and their gear always on point. So whether you pro or not, it's really not about skill level, but ability to maximize your skill with good decision making. Because think about it. Pharrell Williams is a producer, y'all, who I can technically naturally play keys better than. But work ethic, timing, relationships, being connected to Teddy Riley, it matters. We can't grow together because we're too busy talking about each other. We will bash each other to the ground and then get on stage with each other without teaching each other anything, with the objective to make people look like lokes, not knowing that one band, one sound. If one person a loke, y'all all a loke. You're not embarrassing him. You embarrassing all y'all, stupid dummy. Because the public know you the leader. You're not embarrassing him by not teaching him. You look like an incompetent leader. Doom, doom. Then you're like, yeah, doc, we did our thing, man. The guitar player won't sweet. He a fee. He ain't never sweet. You the leader. If he get back up here next week not sweet, that is a reflection of you, not his ability. What kind of leaders are y'all? If he don't like to listen, fire him. But you the one that looks stupid if you the MD. For every band member who do not meet the mark in your band, it's your responsibility if you the leader. I don't care if they transpose, use a capo, got a 4-string, 5-string, a 7-string, tune the A. I don't care. I don't care. It's you. It's on you. If your drummer always can't never play to the click and you ain't shed it or fired him, I'm looking at you. If you shedding, but your drummer is dying a terrible death, I don't single you out as a killer. I say, boy, that keyboard player was busy and that drummer was wrong. That whole operation is out of whack. The whole team sucks. So the truth of the matter is, you need to stop shedding and you need to pick one day this week to sit with your drummer and get him to play to a metronome. And if in 30 days he don't got it, you need to explain to him that he's not ready and you need to get somebody else. And you need to quit all that shedding. Bruh. I don't care what transpose buttons nobody hitting. When the intro start, I need everybody playing it. And if you ain't playing it, we going to rehearsal. I need to hear it. I don't care if you playing it in Z. I need to hear it. If I don't hear it, we need to go back to rehearsal. You playing standard, you tuned down, you using the capo, you playing in C, you playing in A flat, you playing in E. I don't care. When this song hit, I need all us playing the song. I don't care. I don't care if you transpose, use a capo, or play an A. I need all us on one accord, and I need nobody to be shedding. I watched C-Boy play in C and Pete play in C sharp every night. C-Boy was playing a 61 or 76 key motif. And Pete was playing the XB2 with his own Leslie. I watched them with Alton and Alton Daddy and Tommy. I watched them, man, and Patrick on drums. Well, no, Patrick was on the line and the old keyboard player was on the drums, the bald head dude. I watched them like, man, they pro, bro. And why did I think they were pro? Because I'm like, they just doing what they got to do, dog. They just playing. It's like they chilling, they vibing. It's like, dang, bro. We get up there, we do what we do. Will in C sharp, I'm in F sharp. People think we the best thing since sliced bread. Chris barely done got sweet tone. Tank always pro, drums singing. But we done spent so much time in rehearsal. Daryl playing the licks he know how to play, shedding on lines. Y'all, this ain't no lie, bro. This ain't no lie. Shout out to Daryl Henley. Daryl will be like, hey, man, work with me on this line. All right, what's the notes again? One note at a time. Play it for me slow. Slow it down a little more. Okay. All right, speed it up. Speed it up a little more. All right, we got it. I worked with Daryl all day. The next day, Daryl playing that outro like a champion, boy. What? I'm in one key, Will in another key. Chris just got a new bass that sound good. Daryl been rehearsing and shedding all night, and Tank just like, I'm ready when y'all are. Y'all ready? Count us off. People think we the best thing since sliced bread. But it's because it's like, what's the line? What's the part? What's the doc? Like, hit that line. I need you to play by yourself. What's the line? Okay, staccato. Please do not do that again. Turn that reverb off. All right, play it again. All right, Tank, don't hit your snare so hard. Hold the sack. Tank, that cymbal too big. Daryl, like, what's the keyboard chord? This the chord. All right, what's the line? All right, what's your line? All right, what's your line? All right, this is my line. All right, we got it? All right, what's the vocal saying? All right, vocals, y'all too loud. Y'all not loud enough. You need to sing the top natural, not false. These are all important things, guys. It's all very, 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 very important. Capability, ability, and popularity is not what makes you pro. Just because you know how to play it don't mean you should play it. And just because you played it don't mean you killing. And just because you went viral don't mean you pro. It don't. It don't mean you pro. It don't. It don't mean you pro. It don't. Showing that you can play better than the next musician, filling in for somebody, showing that you better than the person you filling in for, doing a bunch of breaks, doing a bunch of blink, blink, dink, 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 no. It's bad, bro. From the record to the stage, it's bad. From the record to the stage, it's bad. There's no discipline. There's no parts. There's no arrangement. There's no composition. There's no intentionality. There's no phrasing. There's no placement. I ain't even got into the writing or the vocal production. I'm talking about just the music. It's missing so much. And we going in the studio and we going live with no placement and no composition and no consistency and no parts and no patterns. And then we doing gigs without the musicians who shedded on the record and the people who filling in for them shedding on the stage. So Joker's already shedding on the record. And then the fill-in shedding on the stage because there's nothing to study. When they listen to your record, there's nothing to study. The loop not quantized. The drums sound like they were recorded in the bathroom. The guitar player chords don't match the keyboard player chords. The synth lines is playing the wrong arpeggio. The bass player playing lead guitar and not bass. Musicians. That's right, bro. And that's building a team is important. And here's the thing. The most important thing, and here's another thing. The most important thing about building a strong team is person first, gift second. Person first, gift second. They gotta be good people with the right minds. Because when you got good people with the right minds, the skill can be developed. If you got the right people with the right mind, the skill can be developed. But when you got people that walk in that are not good people, because here's the thing, most people that are extremely talented are extremely arrogant, and they need so much work that they do not have the humility to seek. And when you come from a small town where everybody is above average and you become elite, it's hard for you to get in situations to be told, I know everything you know, but I don't need none of that. And the things I need from you, you're actually not good at. People can't handle hearing that when they've been a big fish in a little pond all their life. It's important, man. It's important. It's important. Musicians who want to do things at a high level, your skill and your execution matters. How clean you play, how consistent you are, how disciplined you are, how intentional you are. It all matters. I've watched a lot of videos lately where some very highly skilled musicians have come together and made terrible, loud, busy messes. Everybody individually killing if I was just watching a YouTube clip of them by themselves. But if I had to evaluate the performance and the execution as a whole in its entirety, it's like a bunch of good ingredients put together to make a nasty dish. Because they are not focused on serving a good meal. They want people to make sure they taste the sugar. But what if sugar don't go in this? We don't want spicy pancakes, man. We don't want spicy pancakes. Yeah, we know you hot, but we don't want spicy pancakes. Cajun don't go in pancakes, man. What else you got? So yeah, Chandler, who is pro and who is not pro? Number one, I've said this before. Technically, you're a professional if you get paid for what you do. That's number one. You got to be able to serve the music as well as the people. Service is the least important to people who don't have. Here's the thing. You have to be secure in order to serve effectively. You have to be secure in order to serve effectively. You have to be secure in order to serve effectively. When you go into a situation and your being thrives off of feedback, you're not performing to impact, you're performing to impress. A lot of musicians play to impress. They don't play to impact. A lot of musicians play to impress. They don't play to impact. And it shows. It shows. I watch stuff and be like, dang, they beastie, but that's not necessary at all. I mean, I'm talking about nothing about what you're playing is remotely necessary. Nothing about what you're playing is remotely necessary. You could have played 2 notes right there with the right tone and feel, and it would have took me out. But what you're playing right now is just like, I hear you, but I don't feel you. I hear you, and I acknowledge that you definitely are capable and able. You definitely did not mess that lick up at all, but that lick messed that song up entirely. Uncle Kevin said, hey, I play for the artists, not the musicians. Artists. I'm going to say this. Artists. It's important that you understand what a song is too. Because sometimes artists use musicians' ability as a secret weapon to bust house. Sometimes the artists like for the musicians to shed because they think that's busting house. It's like sicking a pit bull on somebody. A lot of artists use highly skilled musicians to sick a pit bull on people. So you're not holding them accountable and telling them, hey, doc, get thee behind me. You are a supporting role. It's important, y'all. It's important, it's important, it's important. From the record to the stage. From the record to the stage. And I hold the leaders and MDs and producers accountable for how these things are turning out. MD, if you got a fill-in plan for you and you tell him to come down and he still do what he want, the next time your group come to that city, don't use him again. If you got people that don't respect what you ask of them because they filling in and they can do what they want, don't let them play for you again. Got the musicians covering up for them bad vocals. That happens. That happens. That happens. Vocals are important. Like, how tight are the vocals? What are the lyrics of the song? That's a whole nother thing. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego dying and going to heaven cannot, Jesus, Holy Ghost power cannot be the subject matter of every single group. There is no diversity in the messaging at all. There is no versatility in the delivery at all. And then when there are groups who want to be different and have different sounds and different messages, we bash them like it ain't quartet. Good God, y'all. Good God. We got to do better, bro. And we going to do better. I'm up here, the lyrics, a bunch of yes and GG Jesus. Yep, that's just a fact. We need I ain't gonna say we need writers in quartet, because there are writers in quartet. What we need in quartet is for artists to team up with said writers. Lead singers, because most of the time it's the lead singers. If all you can come up with is a hymn with new music, you need a writer. If all you can come up with is a new fancy way to say something that's already been said the same way it was said before, you need a writer. You need a writer. You need a writer. I'm going to talk about songwriting. I talk about songwriting all the time, but I'm going to talk about it another time. But yeah, Chandler, to Kevin, to everybody, to Cass, Tank, to TJ, I'm up here, y'all, so that we can do better and like understand like what it really means to be a musician for a living and what it takes. It takes discipline and consistency and parts and patterns and choices and decision making. Decision making is so important. What you choose to play and not play are important. But I'm finna get out of here, y'all. Peace.